There is a secret plan hidden in plain sight, a blueprint for the future of the British monarchy. It doesn't live in a vault in Buckingham Palace. It's being executed daily in the home of the Prince and Princess of Wales. This is not about tradition, not about dusty old rulebooks. This is about a revolution, a quiet, deliberate, and utterly ruthless overhaul of what it means to be a king. And the entire operation revolves around one boy, Prince George. Forget everything you thought you knew about royal upbringing. William and Kate are not raising a king. They are building one. And tonight, we're going behind the palace walls to reveal their strategic master plan. To understand the sheer scale of this project, you have to understand what came before. For centuries, royal children were raised by nannies and tutors. Emotions were a weakness. Duty was everything. The result? Generations of monarchs, often described as distant, emotionally stifled, and disconnected from the people they served. Prince William lived through the modern version of this. The press scandals, his parents' very public pain, the feeling of being a specimen under a microscope. He saw firsthand how the old system could break a person, and he vowed it would never happen to his son. Together with Kate, he has devised a new model, a Windsor 2.0, and their strategy is built on three unbreakable pillars. This is the trifecta, the core of their entire operation. And how they're executing it is nothing short of genius. The first and most crucial pillar is something no previous heir to the throne ever had as a priority: emotional security. William and Kate's #1 rule is a stable, normal, and loving home. This isn't just a nice idea, it's a strategic defense. Psychologists agree that a secure attachment in childhood is the foundation for resilience, empathy, and sound decision-making under pressure, arguably the three most important qualities for a 21st century monarch. They are literally building the neural pathways for a stable king. Compare this to the childhood of Prince Charles, sent away to a harsh boarding school at a young age, often describing his own upbringing as lonely. William and Kate are doing the polar opposite. The normal things we see are tactical: baking cakes with Kate, shopping at a retail store, watching sports with his father. These aren't photo ops. They are deliberate exercises in grounding George in the reality of the world he will one day lead. They are inoculating him against the isolation of the crown. A king who understands the price of a pint of milk and the joy of a common celebration is a king who can genuinely connect. And in the modern era, connection is the key to survival. Pillar 2 is where the academic and global training begins. But it's not with stuffy, old-school tutors in a palace library. This is a stealth education designed to create a worldly citizen before he becomes a king. George's school, Lambrook, is a carefully chosen first step. It's elite, yes, but it's also known for its country childhood ethos, outdoor play, teamwork, and relative privacy. Here, George isn't His Royal Highness. He's George. He learns to collaborate, to compete, to lose gracefully, and to build friendships based on personality, not on title. This is a masterclass in social intelligence. But the classroom is global. Notice the pattern of William and Kate's tours? They are meticulously using their own travel as teaching modules for George. Trips to Kenya highlight conservation, a core Windsor passion. Tours of the Caribbean, despite the complex press, were a live-fire lesson in the challenges of the Commonwealth. Even their move to Windsor was a tactical decision to immerse the children in a working royal estate, a living, breathing piece of their heritage. They are building his context for the world, layer by layer, so that when he studies constitutional history or foreign policy, it won't be abstract theory. It will be the story of places he's seen and people he's met. The third pillar is perhaps the most brilliant and the most modern: the controlled reveal. In the age of social media and insatiable public curiosity, you cannot hide your heir. So, William and Kate are doing the opposite. They are meticulously controlling his introduction to the world. Every single public appearance Prince George makes is a data point, carefully calculated and released. The first day of school wave? A lesson in friendly, approachable duty. Walking in his great-grandmother's funeral procession? A lesson in solemnity and historical weight. His role as a page of honor at the coronation? A masterstroke, placing him at the very center of the monarchy's most sacred ritual, but in a supportive, silent role. It associated him with the grandeur of the crown without putting the pressure of a direct speech on his young shoulders. Contrast this with this sink or swim, exposure of a young Prince William, hounded by paparazzi and traumatized by the loss of his mother. George's public life is a vaccine, administering small, managed doses of fame to build up his immunity, allowing him to grow into the role without being crushed by it. These three pillars are not separate. They are deeply intertwined. The emotional bedrock gives him the core strength to handle the stealth education. The confidence from that education allows him to endure the controlled reveal. It is a self-reinforcing cycle designed to produce a monarch who is resilient, intelligent, and relatable. But this grand plan is not without its enormous risks. William and Kate are walking a tightrope, and one misstep could be catastrophic. Risk 1. The normalcy trap. Can you really prepare someone for the most unique job on Earth by giving them a normal life? There is a danger that George could become so accustomed to a private, middle-class existence that the shock of ultimate duty, with its crippling lack of freedom, could be profound. Are they building a king who will one day resent the gilded cage? Risk 2. The adolescent rebellion. Every parent fears it. But when your child is the future king, a rebellious phase isn't just a family problem. It's a constitutional crisis. A tattoo, a controversial social media post, a wild party photo. Any of these could shatter the carefully constructed image in an instant and undo years of strategic planning. Risk 3. The very, very long game. George may not be king until he is 40, 50, or even 60 years old. William and Kate's plan is a bet on the future. Will the world of 2050 or 2060 even want a monarch? The rise of Republican sentiment, the potential breakup of the United Kingdom, a global shift away from hereditary power. Their entire project could be for a throne that, by the time it's his, has drastically diminished in power or even ceased to exist. Despite the risks, the potential payoff is historic. If this plan succeeds, Prince George will not be a king who merely reigns. He will be a king who leads. He will have the emotional intelligence of his mother, the strategic vision of his father, and a lived-in understanding of the world that no monarch before him ever possessed. He could be the king who finally bridges the ancient gap between palace and people, the king who saved the monarchy by making it human. The blueprint is set. The architects are at work, and the world is watching, waiting to see if the most ambitious heir-raising project in British history will build a king for the ages. What do you think? Are William and Kate's methods brilliant, or are the risks too great? Could Prince George be the last British monarch? Share your predictions in the comments below. If you found this look into the future of the monarchy fascinating, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching.